Welcome to the Think Forward podcast, where we speak with futurists, innovators, and big thinkers. Come along with your host, Steve Fisher, and explore the future together.
Welcome back to Foundations in Foresight, a Think Forward series. I'm Steve Fisher, and today we're unlocking a critical framework to help you thrive in the age of intelligence, the transform model. Last episode, we explored how supershifts differ from everyday trends. Supershifts are structural, transformative changes driven by the convergence of technology, social factors, and environmental shifts. But recognizing these massive changes isn't enough. We need practical, actionable frameworks to navigate and leverage them. That's exactly what we're covering today. Welcome to the transform model. So, what exactly is the transform model? Simply put, it's a strategic foresight framework built to help you anticipate, respond to, and leverage the complexity of our rapidly changing world. It's not about predicting the future. It's about systematically preparing for it, adapting to it, and ultimately shaping it. Let's start with why we even need something like the transform model. Traditional strategic models worked fine in a predictable, stable world. But in the age of intelligence trademark, we're dealing with constant interconnected change. Traditional planning can't handle rapid disruptions, emerging technologies, and multi-layered complexities. The transform model trademark was designed specifically to meet these new realities head-on. Here are the core principles that underpin the transform model. First is guided by natural transformations. We take inspiration from natural systems that have survived millions of years through continuous adaptation. Nature shows us that change isn't linear. It's about dynamic balance, resilience, and adaptability. By applying insights from ecological transitions, we can better navigate our own shifts and disruptions. Next is positive sum outcomes. Traditional thinking often assumes there must be winners and losers, but positive sum thinking shifts this perspective, looking instead to create situations where everyone benefits. In the face of complex challenges, this collaborative approach builds more robust and sustainable solutions. Then we have systems thinking. We've talked about this before. It's crucial to understand how interconnected our world really is. Every decision we make ripples through multiple systems, often with unintended consequences. Systems thinking helps us see the bigger picture, manage complexity, and find smarter leverage points. Another core principle is a holistic approach. This means not just looking at individual parts of a system in isolation, but seeing the entire landscape of interactions and relationships. It's about breaking down silos and considering how economic, social, technological, and environmental factors are interwoven. Then there's adaptability and anti-fragility. This principle goes beyond merely being resilient. While resilience helps you bounce back, anti-fragility means you actually grow stronger from disruptions and volatility. It's about designing strategies and systems that thrive under stress and uncertainty. And finally, the principle of systems thinking again deserves special attention because it reinforces the other principles. It encourages us to consistently consider the broader ecosystem of impacts, recognizing the nonlinear nature of change and planning our responses accordingly. Now, let's shift from the strategic principles to how you practically activate them. This is where the 9 elements of the transform acronym come into play, and these will be the tools we'll explore deeply in upcoming episodes. Trend awareness. Recognize early signs of change before they disrupt your organization or industry. Resilient systems. Build systems and processes that not only withstand disruption, but use it to grow stronger. Adaptive thinking. Develop a flexible mindset, continually learning and evolving your strategies. Networked intelligence. Leverage collective intelligence and collaborative insights, amplifying human and artificial intelligence. Strategic experimentation. Test the future proactively through pilots, prototypes, and scenario-based approaches. Future readiness. Embed foresight and anticipation into everyday decision-making processes. Organizational agility. Structure teams and processes to rapidly pivot and adapt when conditions change. Robust collaboration. Break down silos and encourage deep, cross-functional cooperation. Mindset evolution. Foster a culture where curiosity, learning, and adaptability are central to every decision. But let's get practical. What does this actually look like in action? Imagine a company dealing with rapid technological change. Say, AI-driven automation radically reshaping their industry. If they're using the transform model, they wouldn't just respond reactively. Instead, they'd be actively tracking weak signals of change. Trend awareness. designing resilient processes, resilient systems, and nurturing teams who aren't afraid to pivot quickly, organizational agility. It also applies systems thinking to ensure their response isn't just solving immediate problems, but strengthening the whole ecosystem. It regularly experiment with new ideas, strategic experimentation, and ensure every move aligns with positive sum outcomes, benefiting multiple stakeholders. And perhaps most importantly, they would constantly cultivate adaptive thinking and mindset evolution so their people feel comfortable navigating uncertainty and even excited by it. This ensures they're not just reacting to changes, but shaping and leading through them. Here's why this matters to you. Companies like Netflix, Tesla, or Amazon aren't just lucky. They use elements of the transform model, often without explicitly knowing it, to consistently anticipate and shape change, rather than being swept away by it. And you can too. So let's put this into action right now. Today, think about one aspect of your business, your job, or your personal life that's currently vulnerable to disruption. Then, consider how just one of the transform elements could help you approach it differently. Could you adopt adaptive thinking to stay ahead of technological shifts? Could systems thinking help you avoid unintended consequences? Write down your insights, and more importantly, start putting them into action. Next time, we'll dive deeper into these principles, beginning with the holistic approach, exploring why thinking holistically is so powerful in complex situations and how it helps you see opportunities that others miss. Thanks for joining me on this journey through the transform model. Remember, the future isn't something that just happens to us. It's something we actively design and shape. Until next time, stay curious, stay adaptive, and always think forward.
Thanks for listening to the Think Forward podcast. You can find us on all the major podcast platforms and at www.thinkforwardshow.com, as well as on YouTube under Think Forward Show. See you next time.